is a beautiful day here.
Trời rất đẹp.
At Torrey Pines Beach.
That's right.
And we have been looking for a good spot to settle in, take in this great view, and I don't know about you, Khôi, but I have really worked up an appetite.
Yeah, từ nãy giờ Khôi với Kelly đi bộ đã rất là xa trên cái bãi biển này, cũng rất là romantic, right? Walking on the beach.
Yeah, that's
Nhưng mà
right.
bây giờ Khôi với Kelly đã hơi đói rồi, cho nên bây giờ sẽ kiếm một chỗ ngồi xuống và ăn một món mà Kelly đã nấu rất là đặc biệt, cho nên muốn cho các bạn xem. Wow. Ở đây mình có let's start with the drinks.
Oh, are you thirsty?
Ở đây mình có
I have
nước
some
chanh,
lemonade.
lemonade và
Lemonade.
nước đá.
Cheers.
Khát nước uống nước chưa quá đã luôn. Okay, so on the side here you have, what is it?
Some nho sun for dessert, some pistachio for more snacks.
Yeah, this is my lemon juice.
Nước chanh,
Nước chanh.
and some just nước.
Nước. You about to say trà sữa, like milk tea.
Oh no.
And we have this beautiful view of the beach. And then here, what do we have?
This is our main course here today. This I'm very excited about.
Cái này Kelly làm giống như xôi cuốn lá lotus leaf, like lá sen. Xôi cuốn lá sen. So let's open it. Let's see. Wow.
It's getting very soft from the heat. Oh no.
Mình có thể thấy nhân ở trong
It's
đây.
too hot. Okay, that's okay. I have some fancy utensils here.
Wow.
I will just scrape off this.
Wow. It looks so sticky.
I know. That's right.
Glutinous rice and lotus flower leaf.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, glutinous rice wrapped, vegetarian glutinous rice wrapped in lotus leaf snack.
That's quite a mouthful. And
Oh, the chili sauce.
we
Homemade
have
chili
to
sauce.
have our chili sauce, right? We're gonna
Okay,
put some
so
of this
on
on there. Yum,
Wow,
yum,
cái
yum,
này là
yum,
cái nhà
yum.
mình làm nè các bạn. Có sả trong trọng rất là ngon.
Yes, very good.
Wow.
And it's time to taste it. Khôi, I would like you to have the first bite.
Well, let me see the first bite up close.
Okay. We get some chili on there.
Wow, thấy không các bạn? Có một chút giòn.
Very sticky.
It's
Very
sticky and it's crunchy in there.
Oh,
I
it's
bet it's
crunchy
something
because
crunchy.
of the water
Yeah, the water
chestnuts.
chestnut.
Mm-hmm. That's my
Wow.
favorite part.
And now I want you to try it.
Okay, I'm gonna try, see how it turned out.
Yeah.
Some chili.
Can you describe it? If the viewer can't taste it, can you describe the taste for them?
It has a very subtle mushroom flavor kind of all throughout, which is very kind of buttery, kind of bale.
Bell? Oh, new word.
And the chili kind of hits you back on the throat, which is really nice because in the beginning, it's a little bit salty, but in a good way. Like it's a good type of salty from the seasoning that we added in there. You have the crunch from the water chestnuts, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of every bite while you're chewing it, it's very chewy, it's very gooey, but it's also kind of crunchy. And your mouth just gets like bursts of flavors all throughout. It's very, very good, very satisfying.
Wow.
Wow, it kind of makes your tongue water after. Is that tongue water? Your mouth.
Oh, you better feed me another bite.
Your mouth water after you take the first bite. You just want more. Wow. And you guys can see the lotus leaf has kind of seeped into our rice.
Oh yeah, so it's like kind of green on the rice.
And I can taste it. Can you taste it? It's
think
very,
so.
very subtle. It's like afterwards. I just got a hint of it. Wow, I could look at this all day. I could sit here eat this lotus leaf wrapped sticky rice and look at this all day.
So what's cooking good looking?
Ooh, are you flirting with me, sir?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, today I am making lotus leaf wrapped sticky rice.
Wow.
Yes, so I'm just assembling it now, and once they're all assembled, I can get them steamed up.
It's been a while since we made this dish.
I know, right? I forgot about it.
Yeah. Hồi xưa Khôi với Kelly ở San Francisco á, Khôi với Kelly hay làm cái món này để đi làm, đem theo đi làm để ăn trưa. We just have to like microwave at work.
Yes, it's very easy.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can even eat it at room temperature and it's still very good, right? Because it's vegetarian. So now I'm adding in my filling right here.
Wow, it smells pretty good.
I know, it's making me hungry.
So Kelly, how did you make this mixture or filling?
Well, it's actually very easy. To cook this mixture, the first thing that I need to do is saute 1 cup of diced onion. So I'm heating up my wok right now with about 1/4 of a cup of oil. I have a cup of diced yellow onion here. And I have to tell you guys something that I'm really excited about, because I think some of you guys know that I'm very sensitive to cutting onion. I tend to cry. And some of you had mentioned or given me some advice that when I cut onion, I should put a wet towel next to the cutting board when I cut the onion, and I won't cry as much, or it won't make me cry. And guess what, you guys? I tried it and it worked. I was so excited. So I'm going to saute these onions for about now ba phút. And once they become kind of more clear, translucent, I will add in my next ingredient.
Cảm ơn các bạn đã cho cái mẹo mà cho Kelly cắt hành, để cái khăn đó để cho Kelly đừng có khóc, tại vì Kelly thường cắt hành để Kelly khóc rất là nhiều. Thì các bạn có cái mẹo nào mà nấu ăn thì nhớ bình luận ở dưới cho Khôi với Kelly biết, để Khôi với Kelly rút kinh nghiệm, tại vì Khôi với Kelly nấu đồ ăn ở nhà thì cũng đang học, thì cho nên có nhiều bạn có nhiều kinh nghiệm thì các bạn chia sẻ cho Khôi với Kelly, thì Khôi với Kelly sẽ rút kinh nghiệm và nấu hay hơn và quay cho các bạn xem.
Alright, you guys, our onions are ready. Now I can add in the next ingredient, which is a cup of diced shiitake mushrooms. Now, Khôi and I buy the dried shiitake mushrooms, and so you have to put them in warm water and rehydrate them for about 15 minutes before you can cut them up. And then we have found that you really need to cut off the stem, because the stem is it's really hard and it's not pleasant to eat. So I'm going to saute this with my onion for just now 1 phút. And then I can add in my next ingredient. Okay, so I've added in my taro mixture with my onions and mushrooms.
Wow, các bạn kêu gì thơm quá. Kelly, so how did you make this taro mixture?
To make the taro mixture, I have to mix together some of these ingredients that I've diced up. So first I have 1 cup of diced taro. Now, I tried to cheat, you guys, and I tried to use the mandolin slicer to cut my taro into strips and then dice them up. The mandolin slicer was not working, so I ended up having to do it by hand, but that's okay. After dicing them up, you have to fry the taro pieces in oil until they're just kind of golden brown. The reason for this is if you don't fry them, they will become really mushy and kind of gooey inside of the lotus wraps when you steam them. The next ingredient I'm going to add is 1 cup of diced tofu. The recipe calls for just regular medium firm tofu and then asks you to fry it. But I bought fried tofu just so I can skip that step at home. The next ingredient I'm adding in is 1 cup of diced water chestnuts. I love this part. Water chestnuts have a really nice crunch to them, and I think they just really add that nice extra texture in anything that you make. So I'm excited about the water chestnuts. The next ingredient I'm going to be adding is a cup of diced oyster mushrooms. And this is really great that this recipe has mushrooms in it because it is a vegetarian recipe. And you kind of maybe want that extra protein so that it's a little bit more filling. Okay, now that those ingredients are added, I need to season it with some spices, some seasonings. So I'm going to be adding 1.5 tablespoons of mushroom powder and some ground pepper. Always want to have some ground pepper. I add ground pepper to everything, you guys. The recipe calls for it, but personally, I add it to everything. Okay. Next, I'm going to be adding 2 teaspoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. I always get really nervous with this recipe because every step of the recipe seems to include salt, but it ends up working out, I think, because of the sticky rice, kind of masks all that salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay, now I have all of my ingredients for my taro mixture and I just need to mix it all up. All right, now I need to add in my sauce. This sauce is super simple. It's just a 1/2 cup plus 1 tablespoon of vegetarian stir-fry sauce and 3 tablespoons of Golden Mountain seasoning sauce. So this goes in. And we gotta mix it all up. Wow. Tamwa. Let all those flavors just absorb and soak all the way through. That's the other thing that's really great about all of these ingredients is they're all really good flavor absorbers. Tofu, mushroom, taro, they just soak it all up. So every single bite is just gonna be so tasty. Koi, I would like you to add in the final ingredient, the final touch to this mixture.
What do you need me to add?
2 teaspoons of sesame oil, please.
This teaspoon?
Yes. Oh no.
More.
Oh. Good job, baby.
Is that it, Chef?
Yes. Mix it all up. Mix, mix, mix. And after this, we're going to let the mixture cool down a little bit. So it's basically almost done. There's going to be one more step. Okay. All right, Koi. What's the verdict? How does it look? How does it smell?
Thơm quá.
Thơm quá.
Thơm quá.
Thơm quá. I can't wait to eat it. I'm getting hungry already. Okay, the mixture smells really great. It's all mixed up. We've added everything in. Ăn Koi. Tắt lửa giùm em.
Yes, Chef. Tắt lửa.
Thank you. Now, we are going to let the mixture cool just for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to be taking a 1/2 cup of water and a 1/2 cup of the mixture and putting it into the food processor to blend it up. After that, we'll add it back into our big batch of mixture. And the reason that we do this is to just make it a little bit saucier.
Wow, this leaf is really big, huh?
I know, yeah. Well, it's actually, this is half the size.
Yeah. Các bạn thì cái này là làm 12 cái thì Khôi thì chỉ còn có 6 cái lá sen thôi, cho nên Khôi cắt phần nửa. Thì để có 12 lá cho nên cắt phần nửa mà cũng còn rất là to. Thì cái lá sen này mình phải ngâm nước cho nó mềm, tại vì mình mua là nó khô.
We soaked it overnight. It's just easier to work with.
Yeah.
When it's dry, it's too crackly and
Yeah.
it just kind of falls apart.
So you're putting the rice on.
Yes.
So how did you prepare the rice?
So it's very, very sticky rice,
Yeah.
right?
Glutinous rice.
Yes.
Soy.
Soy. And you take 5 cups of soy. And
How much is 5 cup in Vietnamese?
5
Cup.
cup soy. And I soaked it in water for 2 hours. For in 5 cup nước.
Oh, okay.
Oh, very pat on the back. For thanks. For 2 hours. 2 giờ.
2 giờ, 2 tiếng.
I'm trying. Okay, soaked it for 2 hours, and then I added in a little bit of salt and a little bit of sugar, like a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons,
Wow.
and then cooked the sticky rice. To prepare it, you take 1/3 of a cup of sticky rice for one side, set it down on the lotus wrap here, and then you take 1/4 of a cup of filling, set it right in the center, and then another 1/3 of a cup. I need to grab more sticky rice.
So Kelly, what do you learn this time around making this one?
Okay, good question, because there is a lot of chopping of a lot of different ingredients.
Yeah, you have to cut a lot, right?
Yeah, and normally,
Coi bị thương tai cho nên không có thể giúp được cái gì hết.
yeah, that's right. And normally we will try to do it all in one day. We'll try to soak the leaves in the morning, make the rice in the morning, chop everything and make it. But I just don't enjoy that. So I have learned that you can prep all of your ingredients for your filling the day before.
Yeah.
And then just cook them up the day that you decide to make it. Even if you want to do it a couple of days before or throughout the week, I think it's fine, no problem.
Sau khi Kelly gói xong cái lá sen này á, thì mình bỏ vô cái lò hấp. Mình hấp chỉ khoảng 12 phút thôi. Thì cái này cái mọi thứ đã chín qua rồi cho nên mình không cần hấp lâu. Nhưng mà Khôi với Kelly thì thích để cho nó hấp lâu hơn chút xíu. Thì các bạn nếu mà hấp lâu thì hồi mà các bạn ăn á, các bạn có thể thấy cái xôi của mình có cái màu lá sen thấm vô cái xôi.
So what I love about this dish, Khôi, I don't know about you, is that it is a great dish for on the go. You can take
That's
it
right.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Just north of La Jolla, along historic Highway 101, we invite you to soak up the outdoors at Torrey Pines State Natural Reserve. Down by the water, lose track of time along the sandy stretch of beach nestled between the shimmering vast ocean and 300-foot-tall sandstone cliffs. From swimming to hiking to sightseeing, this picturesque landscape is enjoyed by locals, tourists, and families all year round. Torrey Pines State Natural Reserve. There's something for everyone.
Ok, bây giờ Khôi với Kelly đã ăn xong cái món xôi lá sen đó rồi, rất là ngon. Thank you Kelly for making it. Thì các bạn xem, thì nếu mà các bạn nấu món này qua rồi hay là các bạn có cách khác để nấu món này, nhớ chia sẻ với Khôi với Kelly và các bạn khác nhau trên YouTube, right Kelly?
That's right. And if you guys ever come to San Diego, we definitely recommend checking out Torrey Pines Natural Reserve. It's beautiful here. There's the beach, there's some hiking. You can hang out, have a picnic, enjoy the sun, enjoy the view. It's awesome. If you liked this video, be sure to give us a big thumbs up. And we hope to see you around next week.
Xin chào.
Xin chào.